Okay, so very quickly we're going to do an SAT, and this was taken from an SAT that was given about 2 years ago, and it's reading. The Younger Dryas was a period of extreme cooling from 11,700 to 12,900 years ago in the Northern Hemisphere. Some scientists argue that a comet fragment hitting Earth brought about the cooling. Others agree partly because there is no known crater from such an impact that dates to the beginning of the period. In 2015, a team led by Kurt Kjer detected a 19-mile wide crater beneath the glacier in Greenland. These scientists who believe in an impact causing Younger Dryas claim that this discovery supports their view. However, Kjer's team has not been able to determine the age of the crater. Therefore, the team suggests, and which choice goes here? Now, here's a situation when you're taking this question apart. You need to look at what has actually happened. This argument is circular. So when you look at what is here in red, a comet fragment hitting Earth brought about the cooling. So that's what some scientists argue. So they actually argue comet fragment that came and hit. Now, they make a jump and say just because it's a comet fragment, that fragment would have hit a crater, or it would have been a crater, and it would have hit the side of the Earth, and we'd be able to see it. But here's the situation. They said they had an impact that dates to the beginning of the period. But now they're saying that this caused the Younger Dryas claim that this discovery supports their view because they said it was a period of extreme cooling. Then they come back and say this, but wait a minute. This brought about the cooling, but there's no crater that impacts the dates from that beginning. Now they go back and say the scientists who believe in the impact caused the Younger Dryas claim that the new discovery supports their view. So this is circular. Okay, they're basically talking to you and saying the Younger Dryas period had extreme cooling from 11,700 to 12,900 years ago. So comet fragment hit the Earth and brought about the cooling. That's why you saw the Younger Dryas. Okay. Others disagree because there is no known crater from such an impact that dates to the beginning of the period. So you have some people saying, wait a minute, there was a comet fragment. And then you have these other people, which is how arguments are started, by the way, who kind of dissent and said, nah, someone put a negative here. No, there is not a crater from that period, which, by the way, they never called it a crater. They called it a comet fragment. Okay, so little fragment may not have made a crater. That's one thing you want to think about. And you kind of want to see what they're implying. So the scientists who believed an impact caused the Younger Dryas claim that this discovery supports their view. Well, that's what we're saying. This fragment actually caused a crater, and this impact is what caused the cooling. That's what we've said all along. So which answer would go here? And is it A, it cannot be concluded that the impact that made the crater connected to the beginning of the Younger Dryas? Well, this is what they stated. So this might be a possibility. It cannot be determined whether a comet fragment could make a crater as large as 19 miles. Are they saying that? They can't say that because right up here there was a 19-mile wide crater beneath a glacier in Greenland. So basically, B is out. Scientists have ignored the possibility that something other than a comet fragment could have made the crater. Not necessarily. The scientists who believed an impact caused the Younger Dryas have made incorrect assumptions about when the period began. Well, no one negated that this was the period, 11,700 to 12,900 years ago. So this is out. So now your choices are between A and C. Is it scientists have ignored the possibility that something other than a comet fragment could have made the crater? Or is it that it cannot be concluded that the impact that the crater made the crater connected to the beginning of the younger Dryas? So which one is it, A or C? Okay, so what are we looking for? What distinction words? Did scientists ignore the possibility of something other than a comet fragment? I meant extreme cooling, and then they get up and they talk about extreme cooling was caused by the comet fragment. There's no known crater. The dates. The dates to the beginning of the period. So then Dr. Kurt Cager's team detected a 19-mile wide crater beneath the glacier. So now they have what they needed to discover, because yet another scientist, Dr. Cager, came and found that, although they have not been able to determine the age. So this question wants you to go for this. Have ignored the possibility something other than a fragment could have made the crater. See, that's the jump out. This is called a distractor. But all up here in the paragraph, this is hard. You have a discrepancy going on. And basically, your discrepancy is that it cannot be determined or concluded when the impact made the crater connected to the beginning of the younger Dryas. But certainly, there was something that went on. So your argument is going around a circle. Look, there was extreme cooling that came on. Boom. So this is your circle. The fragment hitting brought about the cooling. There's the rest of your circle. There is no crater that came from such an impact that dates from this period. Yeah, but we found the 19-mile wide crater beneath the glacier. So this means that a younger Dyas was there, but then we don't know the age of the crater. So how can we do that? There's your circle. So A is the only thing that's really going to make your circle. So your answer is A. That's what the SAT Suite has it.